to come out here early just to get this feel. It's peaceful, it's cool. People probably don't even care about this land here, but this is our treasure, the basket maker's treasure. Everything you need sometimes may not be right in your doorstep or right in your backyard. You may have to travel to find it and get it. And that's what we had to do. And that's what we're still doing.
My name is Tracy Lloyd McCurdy. I am the executive director of the Black Belt Justice Center. As an attorney, I have worked over 3 decades in social justice advocacy. However, my most meaningful work is being of service to Black farm families in the South. Now, we could have just been a nonprofit doing legal services to provide support to Black farmers and landowners. However, the work has evolved. We expanded the vision to include the ancestral arts in our advocacy for debt cancellation and reparative justice for Black farmers. And so Acres of Ancestry is an ecosystem of weavers, researchers, attorneys, coming together, sharing our superpowers to address a material need in the community. Just as the issue of debt cancellation was surfaced by the farmers, the issue of the scarcity, the access to the wild sweetgrass, was surfaced by the weavers.
South Carolina has made sweetgrass basketry its cultural art.
Most people would come to Charleston for the food, but the basket is first. The baskets have been presented to kings and queens all over the world. It's the oldest art form in the world. And now we're the torch or the guardians of this artistry.
What we're facing is the difficulty in obtaining the main material, the sweetgrass. I've always questioned, how can you make it the state craft, but not made provisions? We're going further and further away from our homes in order to locate and harvest it, and it's getting more and more difficult to find.
A lot of the places where we could pick grass locally has been turned into subdivisions that we no longer are able to have access to that property that our ancestors once used to harvest the materials. Every harvester at this time is trying to secure grass this time of year. They're flooded also with the inability to meet the demand. Until we have access to land, this art form is threatened.
We're working to acquire land for the weavers so that they have access in perpetuity for the generations coming, and they don't have to suffer due to man-made scarcity and greed. The land is central to our liberation. It's central to our spiritual practice. It's central to cultural preservation. But I think it's important to understand our power is not just in land ownership, but in cultural memory. The work of cultural preservation is the antidote to the suffering caused by white domination and racial hierarchy.
To protect my history is to protect the history of those that came before me. The baskets came on board American soil in the minds of the enslaved people. They brought their technique and skill, and I feel as if the struggles that they had are so brutal and monumental that my history is not to ever be forgotten. So the basket is the story of preservation.
There is a lot of suffering, but there's so much joy in the cultural reclamation. The creation of this permanent collection of the ancestral arts, which includes quilts and sweetgrass baskets and ironwork. I mean, these are our amulets for liberation.
It's not just baskets and not just grass. It is purpose. It is some people's love. Baskets are some people just who they are. It's some people's sanity.